What's going on, world? This is your boy B. Welcome to another episode where the truth lives here. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. All right, like yourself, I used to think that hair loss was genetics. When I started to experience hair loss for myself, I thought I was doomed. I was like, man, here we go. Because my uncle had it on my mama's side, and you know what they say? Well, you know you get your hair loss on your mama's side. So I was like, all right, it's a wrap. You know what? I might as well start preparing my obituary for my hair. However, upon doing more research, Dr. Bruce Lipton in the 21st century has talked about epigenetics. What is epigenetics? Epigenetics states that the expression of our gene is controlled by our environment. It's controlled based on our behavior. So genetics does not power your hair growth. Your mitochondria powers your hair growth. It is the powerhouse to our cells. Without your mitochondria, we will not be here. We will not exist, and I wouldn't be able to stand here in front of you and be able to have this particular conversation. But let's go in and look at some twins, right? Because you may be like, B, it's genetics. Okay, let's look at the twins, right? The twins, they have diabetes running in their family, right? It runs in their family. So you have one twin, right? Think about this. You have one twin who eats processed foods, drink sugary drinks, eat sugary foods. They don't really live as clean as they would like. And then the other twin, right? Not the other twin, but his twin, right? Is eating fruits, veggies, waters, right? They're living a much cleaner life. Now, based on us looking at it through the lens of epigenetics, that your behavior controls the expression of your genes, and if they have diabetes that run in their family, which twin do you believe have a higher probability of having diabetes? You're right. The twin that is eating processed foods, drinking drinks that are high in sugar, eating foods that's high in sugar. They're not really taking care of themselves as their twin is, who's living a much cleaner lifestyle, and that twin's behavior is actually shutting off that diabetes gene, versus the twin that's not living as clean as their twin is actually turning on that diabetes gene. That's looking at it through the lens of epigenetics, all right? Now with that said, let's look at a quote that Dr. Bruce Lipton said. We are not victims of our genes, but masters of our fate, able to create lives overflowing with peace, happiness, and love. Dr. Bruce Lipton. And also, there's another quote out there that we are not victims of our biology. These are neuroscientists. These are biologists. These are people who are in this particular field who are pushing the research, the understanding of who we are as human beings forward. They're sharing all this information for us. So we no longer have to think that, it's genetics, because with media has inundated our mind to believe it's genetics and we don't have any control over it, which is not the case, as an example I was just showing you with the twins. Now, let's look at some of the things that you need to start checking in your own life. And one, stop or avoid food that is high in sugar. Avoid food that's high in sugar. Avoid drinks that are high in sugar. Why? Because what happens is that that's going to start to cause your scalp to become more sensitive, right? To become more sensitive to hair loss. It increases your blood sugar levels when you're eating a lot of food, a lot of drinks that are high in sugar. That increases your blood sugar, which then makes your scalp more sensitive to hair loss. Number two, stress. We all have undergone stress, going through stress at some point in time of our life. What stress does is shuts down the hair growth cycle. Some of the things that I've done in the past, I've taken ashwagandha, which is a stress adaptogen. It helps for me to counteract the stress, my stress levels. It helps to protect me against the stress. It helps me to it builds me up against the stress. So the stress is not stopping my hair growth cycle. So that's what I do in terms of stress. Another thing that I also would look at is meditating, and of course, optimize sleep. This is going to help on your day-to-day basis to make sure that you can manage your stress a whole lot better. The third thing that we want to look at is treat your hair like a garden. What do I mean? Treat your hair like a garden. A lot of times we treat our hair like it's a junkyard. It's like we don't put too much attention on our scalp at all and the importance of our scalp. So some of the things that you want to look at, for example, in our My Hair Repair Serum, we have certain plant-based ingredients such as peppermint oil, which has been proven to help with increasing the growth of hair. We also recommend you to do a scalp massage in the morning and at night for 2 to 3 minutes. And all you're doing is rubbing your scalp like this. And I have a video that I've gone a little bit deeper, but doing these particular 3 things, avoiding the sugary foods, managing your stress, treating your hair like a garden, these things are going to help you grow thicker, better, longer hair that you can feel confident about, and you can wear it the way that you would like. So when we begin to look at and go down this particular timeline in terms of how hair loss has, the conversation of hair loss has transcended, some of us have not been able to grow with the science of hair loss. So we're still here thinking that it's genetics when the science community know you actually can control this through the lens of epigenetics. Well, I hope this helps you on your particular journey. Please leave a comment below. If there's any other topics you would like me to cover in regards to hair loss, please check out our previous episode. Be on the lookout for our next episode. This is your boy B. As always, I am out.